on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and repel any hate, go create what you want, feel compelled, yeah. And once you finally get a taste of the race, you'll never look back once you felt that. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. About others way before myself, yeah. I guess that's why I feel like I go through hell, damn. Wasting time on your dreams instead of mine, yeah. About to turn this franchise around on a dime, man. It's all about finding your right state of mind. It's all about turning the worst into fine. It's all about time and the work and the climb. From the thirst we will rise, I'm immersed in this life. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss, see. I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Took until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it.
Hello and welcome to my Minority Matter. My name is Rick, and it's another beautiful day, hump day. It's raining over here, and I feel achy, really achy. My neck is hurting a lot, and I'm feeling too good. Um, every time when it rains, it's just me and my body is not on the same page at all. But it's okay. We're here for the show, and Julian Todd Chrisley was released from jail, from federal prison today. Um, I don't know how I really feel about that. I mean, Trump pardoned them today. Well, yesterday was last night or so. He pardoned them, and they were released today. I know Julie was released from Lexington, Kentucky, federal medical. It's like a medical place. It's not really like a federal prison, but it's like it is federal, but it's like a lower tier federal. And Todd Chrisley was released. I believe he's in which prison he was in. I think he was in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was in Jacksonville. Let me just double check on that. I believe it was oh no, he was Pensacola. So Todd Chrisley was released from federal prison in Pensacola, Florida, and Julie was released from Lexington, Kentucky. So yeah, it was a federal medical center. So it's not like a hardcore prison or anything like that, but it's a medical center, but it's still federal. Um, well, congratulations to them for getting out. Um, do I believe they should have been released? No. I'm just saying I'm not a bad Republican. I'm just saying, they did the crime. I think they should do the time. And one was sentenced, I think, for 7 years. I think Julie was sentenced for 7 years, and Todd, I believe he was sentenced for, let me see. Todd was sentenced to 12 years in prison, while Julie was serving 7 years that she was given. They both accomplished and completed 2 years of prison, and they were released today thanks to President Trump's pardon. Um, I know it's that one's a little weird because it has to do with bank fraud and fraud itself, and um, I don't know that one. I really don't know because I knew they were fraudulent. They were doing some fraud stuff, and um, okay, they did the time and so forth. They did 2 years, but I still believe that um, if you get charged in that type of form of fraud, I think you should serve out your term. You shouldn't be released because of celebrity status or you have good standings with the president. I mean, I would understand if they would have did half the time, but they only ended up doing a quarter of the time. Um, I'm kind of like about that one. I wonder what if President Trump's gonna revisit Joe Exotic's case. You know, the animal, what was it, the Tiger King guy? Tiger King guy, the one that supposedly with Carol Baskin was the other chick. She's the crazy one. It was there. It's that whole case is so weird, so weird. But let's take a look at the Chrisleys. Todd Chrisley being released from Pensacola while Julie's being let go at Lexington. They're already on their way home. They're headed to Nashville as we speak. But let's share this and let's take a look at what happened today.
How he is to be immediately released, and I hope that the prison is going to do that shortly. So now I just sit and wait. I have literally been here. I got here at, I think it was 2 a.m. last night, and I have not gone to sleep. I did not bring any clothes with me. I did not bring a toothbrush with me. I brought absolutely nothing with me because I'm just a daughter who wants to take my dad home with me. So.
Well, just moments ago, the daughter of reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley spoke. They will soon walk out of federal prison.
All of this after the president pardoned the couple, and there have been supporters lined up waiting for when he's set free.
Our Dacian Smith is live in Pensacola, where Todd Chrisley has been serving his sentence. And Dacian, any sign of him?
Well, so far, not yet. There definitely have been more supporters that shown up. And as you saw, Savannah Chrisley's daughter is here waiting to take her father home. She's understandably been emotional. It's been an emotional few hours for her since she got that phone call from President Trump yesterday saying that her mom and her dad were being pardoned and that they'd be able to come home.
And just congratulate your parents. And I hear they're terrific people. This should not have happened.
Now, as you know, the Chrisleys were convicted in 2022 of conspiring to defraud banks in the Atlanta area out of more than $30 million in fraudulent loans by submitting false documents. Julie Chrisley was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison and has been serving time in Kentucky, while her husband Todd was sentenced to 12 years as behind bars here at the federal prison camp in Pensacola. Again, Chrisley's daughter, Savannah, did just get here maybe about 20-30 minutes ago. She's parked off to the side here outside of the gate, waiting on the official word from the prison that her father has been processed, that she's able to go in there, pick him up, and finally take him home. She said it's been an emotional day or so for her family. Her brother, she says, is in Kentucky waiting to pick up her mom so that they can bring her home as well. Not only is she excited, there's been several supporters out here that have just grown in numbers over the last few hours. Some of them getting up bright and early. One woman I spoke to had even been out here since about 4 a.m.
I like that pink hat, though.
Let's take a listen to what they had to say about today's news.
I really like that pink Make America Great Again hat.
Really, I think, deserved to get the freedom that they needed because they were, in my eyes, they were sentenced too harshly than what they deserved for what they did.
No.
We're also excited to see a family being reunited again.
I was surprised, honestly, but I was happy, very happy for the family. The Grizzlies family is a wonderful family, and they deserve to get out. I think the sentence is way too long for the crime they committed.
That's where I will bump heads with the Republicans on.
Ready to get home to their family.
They absolutely are. Again, Savannah, very emotional when we spoke to her maybe about 10 or so minutes ago, just about the idea of being able to go behind these gates, get her dad, and start the process to bring him home. Now, again, she is waiting outside the gate to the FPC here in Pensacola for the official word that he's been processed, that he's free to go. Of course, we'll bring you more reaction as we get it here on Fox 10 News at 5. Live in Pensacola, Dacian Smith, Fox 10 News.
Yeah, that's him leaving right there. And I like I said, I don't agree with that. I mean, if you committed fraud and you fraudulent against the banks and profited over $30 million of it, I truly believe that no, you should be charged and you should serve out your time. And no, I don't think they were sentenced harshly. I mean, 12 and 7 years sentences for fraud. I think they got it easy. They got it very easy, and it just sets the precedent of, you know, if you commit these frauds and so forth, you're only going to stay in prison for 2 years. For that, there's many people should commit fraud and do the same thing the Grizzlies did. You know, it's just, how are they going to learn their lesson from it? Yeah, they got scared. They served 2 years, but I'm pretty sure those 2 years were not so hard. I'm just saying. Celebrities in jails, especially like the Chrisleys and where they were staying at, I'm pretty sure it wasn't that bad. But you know, the Chrisleys are gonna make money off of this for sure. They're gonna make a lot of money. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars, especially on interviews and TV appearances and possibly having their show reinstated again. And yeah, congratulations to them. But I'm not one to be lenient, especially if you're a fraudster. I don't care. It's just I don't care what party you're in. It doesn't matter to me. You're a crook, and you always be labeled a crook. You know, even the train agrees. So, yeah, that's just my belief. But we're going. Let's go to the next news cycle on the next crook, because we gotta talk about the next crook for the show. Let me just set this up real quick. Let's go over here and set up this one.
The chair of the House Oversight Committee, Congressman James Comer, joins me now. Congressman, we just got this coming at us. A new watchdog report from Pro Energy Group just found, quote, no evidence that Biden knew of crucial climate executive orders. They're now demanding answers on who signed with the auto pen. What happens if Biden really didn't know? Are those orders null and void?
I think they would be null and void. Look, at the end of the day, there's more evidence coming out by the second that would prove that Joe Biden wasn't the one making the decisions during the last 100 days of his administration, perhaps the last 6 months or even the last year. This is when the most activity occurred from the executive order standpoint throughout the whole Biden administration. We don't believe that a lot of these executive orders are legal if for no other reason Joe Biden did not sign them himself. You have to physically sign anything pertaining to the law, whether it be a pardon or whether it be an executive order. What we want to know is who gave the authority to these 4 staffers that we're bringing in. These are the staffers that we've identified as the ones who actually put the documents in the auto pen and pressed the power button to sign Joe Biden's name. We want to know who told them to do that. And we're going to follow the trail, just like we followed the money in the Biden influence family investigation. We're going to follow the trail as to who was using the auto pen.
That's the problem with the auto pen, isn't it? You don't know who authorized its use, and you have to find out. The whole question is who actually wielded presidential power, because it probably wasn't President Biden. That's the crux of this matter, isn't it?
That is. And look, that's what Jake Tapper is saying. That's what he wrote his book about. That's what all of his interviews about his book is saying, that Joe Biden wasn't the one calling the shots. That's a constitutional crisis. But more important to today, to this very moment, many of those executive orders that were signed with an auto pen are what we call Trump-proofing the Trump administration. This is when they knew that Donald Trump was likely going to be the next president of the United States. So they started taking action through executive orders signed with an auto pen at a time when Joe Biden wasn't anywhere near the White House to make it difficult for Donald Trump to reform energy permitting, to make it difficult for Trump to make the federal employees return back to work, to make it difficult for him to eliminate the U.S. Department of Education. These are things Trump's battling in court as a result of whoever made the decision to use the auto pen to sign these executive orders. We think this will have huge legal impacts if we can prove what Jake Tapper and many of us believe it wasn't Joe Biden.
Congressman, I've got to get to this one. Is it possible that you will hold televised hearings with Jill Biden, Hunter Biden, KJP? Is that possible down the road?
Oh, I hope so.
I guess anything's possible. I think it's a pretty well-known fact that I would prefer to have depositions and transcribed interviews where we release the transcript, possibly even release the video. As you know, Stuart, a lot of these committee hearings never turn out the way that we hope. They're more entertainment than substantive. True. So we'll do whatever, but I'll consult with my members of the committee. They're going to be active in the process. We're going to ask a lot of questions to a lot of people and try to get the answers that I believe most Americans want to know.
Got it. Congressman James Comer, thanks very much for being with us this morning. Always appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much.
Wow. That means get ready. This is going to be a very interesting year. I tell you, 2025, ever since I got this mask, I'm telling you, everything's open. Everything's just coming out in the open. And Biden is in deep shit. His family is in deep shit. Hunter is in deep shit. This is going to be one of the toughest years for the Bidens, and it's going to implement and take down a lot of people. I just hope that they do the cases properly, and hopefully they are held accountable for. It's like, make accountability great again. That needs to be a t-shirt. I'm telling you, that needs to be a shirt. Make accountability great again. My boy Tyson, he needs to work on that shirt. Like, I give it to my boy Tyson De La Cruz. Yeah, he needs that to make a shirt. Make accountability great again. I'm actually gonna write to him. I'm gonna say, listen, man, you gotta make this shirt. You gotta make it happen. Make a design. Make something. But you have to make accountability great again. And put maybe the faces of like Letitia James, Fannie Willis. Put like what's his name, Adam Schiffner. Put Nancy Pelosi's face. Put like the Clintons' face. Put like, do like a hit list, like all the faces of all the like the crooked, corrupted individuals allegedly. Yeah, put like most wanted, and then make accountability great again. Oh man, that'll be a great shirt. That'll be a great shirt. I'll buy one for sure. I'm like, I'm creating it. Shit, I will buy a shirt. We need to make credibility great again. We need to, fall back on the rules and morals. It's like the Democrats took over, and it seems like there was no one in charge. It's like everyone's free to do whatever they want, and everyone come into the country all at once. Yes, everyone that came through, like millions and millions, over 20 million and more, are here in our country illegally. And that's why ICE is going after everybody. And there's going to be profiling, yes, and you're going to have to prove that you are an American. And if you cannot prove that you are an American, then you are going to a detention center. You will be going to a detention center and possibly, most likely, be deported. So, it's this is what it comes down to. This is what what happens when you have a weak president in Biden. And now we have to go through this phase of law and order and basically be profiled everywhere. And every time we go anywhere, you're always going to get that eye. And like me, I'm very bilingual. I speak Spanish, and I tend to speak more Spanish than English, believe it or not. And it's this is a weird time. It is. There's gonna be so many agents, and people are gonna do like sweeps, and they're gonna pick people up, and they're gonna take them, and they're gonna put them in detention centers, and they're gonna vet them, and if they're not from here and they came in illegally, they're gonna be sent back home. And it's it was a great little vacation. I hope you enjoyed your time here. But you got to go back home. And we're here trying to fix our system and fix our crumbled, divided United States of America, because it's not really united. It's like divided States of America. And the problem is the Democrats I don't know how they got so poisoned and so hypnotized and so one-sided and very negative energy from the Democrats, man. It's like they are so negative, and that's not healthy. These people gotta understand this is not healthy for them. Like all this protesting and fighting and arguing, and it's not healthy. And that's why a lot of people are just gonna just drop dead. They're gonna drop dead because their energy is so negative that they're just gonna fall out. And you can't, it's like, do you know how to compromise? Do you know how to, be fair? It's people these days are very weird. Very weird. Like, I stay away from large crowds. I don't try to be around people. I got, pretty much I don't be around people. Plus my PTSD is pretty bad, and I don't like to be like out and about like that so much. When I go on vacation, it's I get out and have a good time, and I'll go for a walk, but I try to stay away from a lot of people. Like Niagara Falls drives me crazy because it's so beautiful and I love it, but sometimes it'd be a lot of people, and I just feel very uncomfortable around. This is, yeah, it's my anxiety. I get anxiety, and be around a lot of people, it's just not good. Usually I take a couple of hits off of a pen and it really helps me calm down because I'm not good with a lot of people. I'm just not. Like when I go to the movie theaters, I love going to the movie theaters, but I like to go when it's empty. I don't like when I'm around too many people, especially in the theater. And I tend to sit in the back of the theater, the last row, and I'm always at the end of the row, like at the last seat, because I like to see what's in front of me, and I don't want to see people's heads. I want to see empty seats. It's like, yeah, but they got to make money. Yeah, they got to make money, but they could do it another time. They can come another time. I make sure when I go to the movies, I make sure there's not that many people. And if it's a big movie that I know is going to be a lot of people, I tend to not go. So, yeah, it's my little OCD type of thing I have. But man, this rain sucks. It's gonna be raining all night tonight and tomorrow, and I feel like shit. I don't feel good. So we're gonna watch this last one here. Only gonna keep the show to an hour, but this is Kash Patel reveals what's keeping him up at night. So let's go to this one and let's watch it together because I haven't seen it.
Welcome back to the FBI Academy at Quantico, Virginia. Joining us again, FBI Director Kash Patel. You were recently up on Capitol Hill answering questions.
When should we expect this FY25 spend plan for the FBI? Have you seen it? Have you reviewed it? When will we get it?
I'll get you an answer, ma'am. I don't have a timeline on that.
It was due last week by law.
I understand.
And your answer is you just understand you're not going to follow the law?
My answer is that I am following the law, and I'm working with my interagency partners to do this.
It is budget season.
Yeah.
And should you have laid out a budget by then to Congress? Because everybody is looking to how much you're going to spend and how much they're going to take from perhaps you to make this all work.
Do I have a budget at the FBI? Sure, of course I do. But the Office of Management Budget at the White House sets the budget for the United States government. And so if they have a budget which we agree with, they need to roll that out. And they're doing so on their own timeline and working with Congress on that. What I'm telling the American people is that we will be stewards of the taxpayer dollars no matter what budget we are given, and focus on these priorities: crushing violent crime, defending the homeland, and fierce organizational accountability. And we'll make it happen. We're not the guys running around on private jets. And somebody maybe in Congress should ask for how many flights on a private jet Director Comey took, or my predecessor Director Wray took, and how many personal trips they took. I know they want to take pot shots at me, but I've been working nonstop on this job, including pretty much every single weekend. And somebody should ask the tens of millions of dollars that were wasted on personal junkets by prior FBI directors before lecturing me on a budget for the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
But you have a good sense from the White House what it looks like. And are you going to be able to operate in that parameter?
I am. We are in a very good position.
When do you want everyone out of the Hoover building? You say you want to move out of that building. Where would the new headquarters be?
I can tell you that we are in the process of moving out. We've just worked out the final logistics to begin that process. And we are actually in line with keeping the American taxpayer dollars on mission, shuttering about 6 different offices the FBI has in the DC area.
Wow.
And we're moving to our new location within the DC area. And that process has already started.
Which is where? Maryland?
We're staying in Washington, D.C., right next to our partners at the Department of Justice, and we're getting out of the Hoover building. I have cargo nets holding up the cement structures of the exterior of the Hoover building because it catches falling cement and prevents it from hitting someone in the head. I'm not making that up. Why no one in the past decided to address that standard or lack of standard and make that building unsafe is beyond me, but we're addressing it.
So you're going to leave that building and then go to another building next to Homeland Security?
Next to the Department of Justice.
Justice, got it.
Because we have to, this is a great point that I think people overlook. We are a component of the Department of Justice. Moving us an hour and a half outside of town. Every morning, you know what me and the deputy do? We walk across the street to brief the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General, and the PAYDAG on the most pressing matters of the day. If we leave, how are we going to do that on a daily basis?
What's the thing that keeps you up at night?
The CCP, for a whole host of reasons we haven't even talked about, their cyber espionage campaign, what they're doing undersea, what Russia's doing overhead in terms of space, and their cyber intrusion capabilities like Salt Typhoon. They have made wildly successful penetrations into our telecommunications infrastructure. And what they do is they suck up our information, Brett, and this is what keeps me up at night. They're playing the long game. The fentanyl production by the CCP, I firmly believe, is their way of killing tens of thousands of military-aged men and women in the United States of America. They are wiping out generations of Americans that could come here and be an FBI agent.
All right, so let's just talk to the future here. How do you see this? The job, is it different than you thought it was coming in? How do you look at it big picture?
Look, there's 2 ways I look at it. One, you're talking to a first-generation Indian kid whose parents fled genocide, and their son's now the director of the FBI. Only in America. Literally only in America. So I want to inspire people to come to places like this and train with us and serve this country. The other thing that I want people to take away from that is there is no job on God's green earth that prepares you to lead an agency or department. There isn't. Anyone who tells you otherwise is flat out lying or being politically preposterous. And I learn every single day. I learn from the leadership team. I have folks in there around my table every morning who come from so many different walks of life, people I disagree with on a daily basis. And I'm so glad that they're in that room because they are the ones helping me make these decisions. What we won't stand for is people turning around on social media and attacking folks who are doing the job. We will stand up for them. We will also out anyone who violates their oath of office at the FBI, intel analysts, agents, support staff, whatever. We already have. And every time we do, Brett, this is the thing the media doesn't pick up on. We announce it, but we don't take a victory lap. It's all out there. Dozens of people have been dealt with for politicizing the FBI, for weaponizing it. Everything from Hunter Biden's laptop to January 6th to Neil Team 6 and everything else has been dealt with. And we keep going.
Director Patel, we appreciate the time. We're going to take a tour around this place. We thank you.
Thanks so much. Maybe we could hit the kettlebells.
All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey.
Interesting. Very interesting. I feel like they got a lot more to do, but that's a good first step. So what's up? What's up, Albie? What's up, Josie? What's going on? How you been, girl? Been pretty achy here, but not too bad. I mean, the Biden issue, that's going to be a really big, like the biggest scandal of American history, and we're alive to witness this. This is so freaking cool. You know what I mean? It's like we're alive and seeing the huge, biggest scandal in American history. The biggest scandal. Fucking Hunter Biden was in the damn. Hunter Biden was in the Oval Office running the country. Hunter, crackhead Hunter. If Biden would have ran and won again, that I mean, I think we wouldn't have a United States. There's no way this could continue. It's there's no way. And then talking about Biden running in 2028. Where? From the grave? That man's 2 steps, like almost 6 feet under. Like he's deteriorating. He's terminal. Like he's gonna die soon. He may die this year. He's not he may not see 2026. That cancer is very aggressive, and I just don't feel like he's gonna make it. So they're trying to expose him now and let him know before he dies that no, we are still gonna do this to your family and you're gonna witness it. We're gonna drag him. We're gonna get, all these people, Hunter and subpoena all of them. Jill, get her on spouse abuse. I've been saying that for the longest on my channel. Like Joe Biden is an elderly abuser. She just really neglected her husband. It was only about her. Didn't care about anyone. It's a huge mistake. Huge mistake. And she was running the country too. I'm pretty sure she was running the auto pen. I'm pretty sure she had that pen with her. And the reason why I say this is because I don't think there's a human on this planet. I don't even think Trump is able to do this. But to give out 8,000 signatures and have them look the same every single time at Biden's age, I think that was highly, like, not possible to have them look the same every single time. And that was the auto pen. How many times that pen was used behind his back and him not knowing what was being signed? Many, I think a few thousand times he did not know what was going on. I'm telling you, this is going to be one of the biggest shit shows. Yeah, Chelsea, you got it right in my mouth too. One of many shit shows. Girl, you are on point. Big time shit show of 2025. And you know what? They deserve to be humiliated. They deserve to be put through the ringer for all what they did to Trump and the way they really tried to even kill him. They even tried to put him down. That power, that energy, that on the Republican side is very bright and strong. Really strong energy. And I think that if something happens to Trump, I guarantee something will happen to America. I think it would not be able to stay united. There will definitely be hard times. But we got to keep the man alive and keep him focused. And I'm looking forward to the cases. I am so looking forward to, because I'm going to report on that. I'm going to show it off on here. I don't care how long it takes. I will sit through it with you guys and we'll watch it together and we'll feel the energy because it's good. This is what I try to tell people. What you watch, it really reflects, right? You reflect on it and you can feel the energy from a movie. There's times movies can make you break down and cry. There's times that movie can make you break down, crying your shit out. During a funny movie, where the comedy is so funny that you just, those laughs that is unstoppable, that you like end up farting at the same time, and you're like, oh my god, you're like everything's going crazy. you know, yeah, we're just really in special times right now, and the energy right now is really it's like I can feel the strength. I can feel a lot of like worried feeling. I've been feeling like that worried feeling. And I feel like there's a lot of people that are really worried because Trump was not supposed to be alive. Trump was supposed to be like JFK. Okay. They were unsuccessful many times. And like how they used to say, this is what's not supposed to happen. This is history being made, and he's doing everything the right way. And right now, we're not seeing like the effects of it so much, but we will down the line. We will, and it won't take long, but we will see prosperity for sure. It's a really good. Like I'm so happy for him. He's on the right track. Trump has it good for us. He looks out for the people. I did not see that from the Democratic side. Looked out for the people? When? Tell me when. When did they ever look out for us? Never. And they're supposed to be the party of the people. Yeah, right. They're the party of themselves. It's like, man, it's not nice. Because they don't know how to work together. They don't know how to even if you're Democrat or Republican, you should be able to learn and know how to respect each other and work together. Because the last time I checked, we live on one planet and we just live on a piece of a rock. All right. Nothing special, right? We're living on a piece of a rock. And we got to learn how to like be kind to each other and respect each other. And these Democrats are very stubborn for some reason. And I wonder what got to them. What got to them? What made them so brainwashed? Is it the money? Because I know Soros put a lot of money in. And there's other people that put money into the Democratic Party. And a lot of celebrities were really rooting for the Democrats. And what a mistake. But I know the money is what drove the Democrats into a really dark place. And they're showing themselves because they're fully exposed. And they're nothing but fraudsters. They're nothing but thieves. And yet they don't get into no cop is there to arrest them. There's no Capitol Police there to arrest them. They're just walking in freely and leaving freely every day. No consequences, nothing. Like, are you kidding me? I hope that changes. I hope we get the perp walk. You know, just perp them out and walk them out. There's a lot of fraudulent politicians are in Washington right now. A lot. It's like it's spread. The cancer has spread all over Washington. Is it gonna get any better? Not so fast, but Trump is trying. He's trying. He knows. He knows what's there and how creepy and dirty it is in Washington. Washington D.C. It's just a weird, very Freemason cult type of atmosphere for sure. I'm sure a lot of those politicians, they go through rituals, they do sacrifices and things like that. I know celebrities do. A lot of celebrities do. And they do the sacrifices. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I'm not in it for that. I don't do any rituals or anything like that. I'm more of the energy reading and psychic reading and reading people and telling them what I feel and just give them my opinion, my psychic opinion, and what I think. That's all. It's like judging the book by its cover. But reading the energy, feeling the energy, and then I start hearing things, and then I relay what I hear. That's how I always done my readings like that. Listen to that voice inside of my head. I hope everyone's having a good week. The trainers. Train's like, yeah, I'm having a great week. I don't have to drop off that many people. It's raining. People should be home already. It's already 9:26. It's 55 degrees outside here. It's a nice temperature, 55. And it's raining, so it's like a clean rain coming through. Like, I say clean, it's up here in the Northeast, we have this kind of little outbreak going on with the pollen. And the pollen, since it's spring, of course, the leaves from the trees and they have to pollinate and all of that. And the trees are releasing the pollen out. And the pollen is all over the place. It look like cotton balls everywhere. And when you're driving, it's so weird. And it's like you just have to just drive through it. It's not a big deal, but it's a big deal because you have a lot of white little cottons flying at you while you're driving. You thinking you're on a freaking, I don't know, like Star Wars or something. Warp speed, but that's what it looks like with all the little fibers going everywhere. And people, if anyone has allergies, they're having a really bad spring right now because that pollen is everywhere. I should do like a recording and show you guys like how bad the pollen is. It was bad, but this time of the year it happens, spring, and Can't wait for summer to come. It's gonna be interesting. This is a really interesting year. Mark my words. There's more to come. We're just reaching the halfway mark. Okay? We're just the halfway mark of the year. We still got another half to go. We're going into the third quarter. Actually, coming into halftime. And then we have the third quarter. And let's see how interesting the year is going to be. I still believe that the Diddy trial is going to be a pretty hot topic for July. Actually, June going into July. How long my thing is how long the jury is going to take to determine the case and to come out with you know a guilty, innocent, mistrial. I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be a mistrial, but it could be a hung jury. Anything can happen. I don't trust Diddy. He's very slick. He's a very slick man. You want me to use my psychic abilities on Diddy? Let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck it. Diddy. What did he do? He did it. Everyone. Ugh. Nasty Tootsie Roll man. Ugh. Man, he's a really dark person. He's really dark. Always lonely. Like when he was growing up, he was really lonely. He was a religious boy. Like an altar boy. And, grew up, got into music. I mean, the big dog was always been Biggie Smalls. So he was the big man. He was like the money maker. People loved him. People liked his sound, the way he sang. It was really laid back, really cool, down to earth guy. You know, really, he's a man. Sexy time but Puffy was really jealous. He's a jealous man. More money, more power. And when he got that money, he had more power. He was able to do what he did without consequence. And the fact that he recorded a lot. And some of the information, it's in an island. I don't know, Barbados or something. They sent a lot of stuff to the island over there. Information, a lot of information. Hard drives hidden in bags. The prosecutors I don't know, it's like they're weak. Like the US, They got a soft person, female. I know it's like Comey's daughter, but the case is going well. But it could be tried stronger, for sure. It could be tried, but that's my belief. Diddy right now is like really wanting a mistrial and pretty mad about the car fire. That's what he's worried about right now in jail because he's up right now, and that's all he's thinking about. He's thinking about that. He's thinking about the Cassie, but he's thinking more about that Cuddy because he knows if they keep that evidence in the trial and they're able to use it in the closing, it's gonna hurt Diddy. So they're really trying to mistrial it or try to remove that testimony out. That's what he's worried about. That's what he's like really worried with Mark Gallegos because he's talking to him a lot, and he's not liking like it's been there for too long, and the jury is listening to this, and Diddy's not happy right now. He's scared. He is. Because it's his life, and he knows he's the fall guy. And the thing is that he knows if he goes down, he don't give a shit. He's taking everybody down and say, fuck it. You know what? Just rat out everybody and take the whole industry down. Like, allegedly, Jay-Z, allegedly, a lot of rappers, a lot of freak off people. Yeah, Leo DiCaprio, allegedly. Yeah. Harry. Prince Harry. Oh man. It's like a checkmate, check off that he was able to seduce a prince. And Diddy's not good for society. He is not good for society. He's not a good dude. He's really scared. He's scared. He has to look like and play the role that he's confident, but he's scared. Because it could be a long time. And the thing is that, yeah, it's all the stories. You're getting all these stories from people and so forth, but like those weapon charges will hit him really hard. Those weapon charges with the with the serial number script like scratched out, so they can't identify the gun. Like that's trying to make it into like a ghost gun. Diddy has a lot of. I see something like on the ground, like in the lower level. It's like I don't know. It's like there's a place there, and inside there's information and stuff. But they didn't really find. But that place had a lot of cameras. That place had cameras everywhere. That's why they say, oh, he might be an agent or a Fed. And I know ABC was saying that he could walk. There's a possibility that he could walk from the case, which is crazy. Like Diddy walking. Hold on, let me see. I could show this Diddy one from ABC. Hold on. Just seeing if there's anything else here. Oh wow, there's like a whole show, 30-something minute show of the cover up heats up. Enters could soon be revealed as Biden's team face potential subpoenas. That's like a 30-minute show. It looks so good. I'm gonna end up watching it anyways. To watch the Diddy here. I'll just open it up there, but I want to see into my history. Man, I can't believe these people. The Priestley's got people got out of jail. The Todd and Julie Chrisley. I mean, congratulations. You know, I don't like what you did, and I hope I don't know. You know, I don't like when people try to take an easy road. Take the shortcut. You know, I don't like when people take shortcuts. It's like that was a stupid shortcut. And it could have cost them. Todd had 12 years, and Julie had 7, and they both served 2 years. So Julie would have 5 more years to serve, and they got her out. Her and Trump got her out, and the father, he had 2 years into his 12-year sentence, so he had 10 years left, and he got out. They're both headed to Nashville. They're probably partying right now because they're probably home by now. They're probably already in Nashville and they're hugging and kissing, and grandkids are hugging and everyone's talking, and yeah, camera crew is there, of course. Money, 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 money. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Gotta get that money. Gotta get that money. And they got the attention, so they will get that money. Yeah. Judge denies mistrial as Diddy LAP Mo bombshell drops in court. See, I gotta watch that. I haven't watched that yet. But that's Melody King. Melody King. She's doing the reporting of the Diddy stuff, and I've been listening to her. She's really good, people. Let me see if I can show this. Hold on. That's like my history here. But this one here, Melody King. She's a black girl. Really good. I love the way she talks. She's so really proper, and she talks really good. And I like how she does reporting. And her channel's been hit a little bit with YouTube, like slowing it down, and the algorithm is not pushing her show as much. She has over 800,000 subscribers. I've been a subscriber of hers for a very, very long time. And I just really like I like to listen to her report. especially like the Diddy case she's been working on, and she works on other cases too. And if you want to subscribe to her, you can. She's a very good one. Oh yeah, this one here is Janine. She gets sworn in. She used to work for Fox, I believe, Fox News, and Trump hired her and they gave her the honor and to do what they need to do in Washington. They need to clean up Washington and clean up around America. This place needs an enema. They have the 11-day transcript. Let me see. Diddy 10. What does he try to burn Kid Cudi alive? Arson bombshell. Shocks day 11. See, I gotta watch some more of this stuff. The Trump latest warning to Russia, putting his plane with fire. Damn. I mean, in my world, we call that escalation. That escalated. Yes, it did. United States is like, okay, I thought we were talking about, ceasefire and this and that, but then you're bombarding the shit out of Ukraine. And Ukraine is not innocent either, because Ukraine instigate a lot. And they deploy these drones, like the drones. So like Russia got tired of this shit and went full force. Not really full force. It was just like, here's a tease of what we can do. Boom, 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 boom. Blew up a whole bunch of places and killed a couple, like a dozen people, maybe 14 people died, and probably more. And it was a sign, it was like, what you do, I can do better. And that's what Russia is saying. And it's the truth. Russia can do better. And Ukraine needs to back off. Like, I think Ukraine is doing majority of this pushing. And I think Ukraine needs to like back off. And like, don't be the aggressor. Like, don't be the aggressor. Oh, I was checking out the Leticia James fundraising while under federal investigation. Yeah, I watched that. This is my list. This is what I watch during the day. This is all I be watching. Diddy, Body in the River. Yeah, I watch a lot of the Diddy stuff and some wrestling and a lot of Fox News. And I watch Trish Regan. There's like a lot of people that I watch. There's like a majority is news, like Sky News. I get my news from Sky News. Like this is the crazy view. They're crazy. Yeah, it's wild. Like even I wonder what they say about the slap to the face. She got it was it was at first, because I'm high as fuck, right? So at first I thought it was one hand pushed to the face, right? And they zoomed in and it was two hands. It was a double hand slap from Bridget to Macron's face. I was like, no way, that's got even worse. It got worse. I wasn't anticipated, but it got worse. Oh yeah, I watched this one. Maine governor family cashing in on trans policies. That's a good show right there. Like, I'm showing you what I see every day. Like, this is the Somali kid, Discord leaked, blackmail and harassment exposed. This is the Somali kid. He's a doofus. He's really I don't know what he does in his channel. I don't even watch it, but I've been following the attorney, legal mindset. Yeah, I watch it. It's pretty weird. Ukraine is protecting and defending Europe from Russia invasion. So Ukraine is protecting and defending Europe. Listen, look at that title. they're protecting Europe. Europe. Like, you want to take a look at it? Let's take a look at it. Look at this bitch. This bitch. You're lucky you're not our president. Go on the table. Get to work. You gotta get busy. Get to work. Doug said get to work. Oh, Lord. But we can see the Ukraine one. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Joining me is Vasyl Miroshnichenko, Ukraine's ambassador to Australia. Ambassador, thank you so much for your time. Germany said that Germany, Britain, France, and the US will now let you use missiles that they supply to hit targets deep inside Russia. Before they banned that, they didn't want the war escalated. What difference will this make?
It's a very important step. Let's see how it all unfolds on the battlefield, because apart from having a permission to do so, we need to have those long-range weapons, right? And as you know, for the past 2 years, we've been asking for that in 2023 when we were out there in the counteroffensive, which failed. One of the reasons for that was we didn't have the capability, we didn't have the permission. So for us, it's, of course, we've been using long-range drones as a way to substitute the long-range missiles. But at the end of the day, how much of a difference it can make? Certainly, we're capable of hitting some of the Russian stockpiles. We can hit the concentration of the Russian troops closer to the border or even further, where they are legitimate targets for Ukraine. However, we have to see what's happening in the battlefield in Ukraine. We have 350,000 Russian troops. We have lots of Russian military equipment currently on the go. They're now in the major offensive at the moment. So they are, at full speed overdrive, trying to capture more territory at a huge cost, but they're moving forward. They feel that time is on their side. They feel that Donald Trump and Europe is weak, and they are moving forward. So we have to actually work harder to stop them.
Yes, it's been the curse of this war that the weapons you want are delivered too little, too late. I showed a list of signs just before that Russia is already muscling up to neighbouring countries, including Latvia and Estonia, which it occupied under the Soviets. It seems Russia wants them back. Finland as well. What do you think's happening there?
What Russia is pursuing is something bigger. Russia is interested in President Donald Trump walking away from Europe. Russia is interested in weakening the European Union. And Russia is really interested in testing NATO, because NATO was never tested properly in a way. And of course, if there is an opportunity, if Russia sees that America is becoming too isolationist or moving away from Europe, that may actually open up an opportunity for Russia. And this is, of course, we're getting into a very dangerous world where might is right, where we are in the jungle, dog eats dog, and that's a very dangerous path. And as you know, if you look at the military in Europe and the military in Ukraine and Russia, we have 220 brigades in Russia, 120 brigades in Ukraine, and only 80 brigades in Europe. Entire Europe has only 80 brigades. And they're not really combat ready, to be frank. They're training heavily, especially in the Baltic nations and Poland. But generally, they don't have the experience, the combat experience which other troops have. So at the moment, Ukraine is protecting and defending Europe from the Russia's invasion, just like it was in the 13th century when Genghis Khan came, razed Kiev, burned it down, but didn't go further because Genghis Khan was weakened. So the empire of Genghis Khan in the 30th century, that was, by the way, the last time we had Asians fighting in Ukraine. Now we have North Koreans fighting there. We've also, as you know, we captured some of the Chinese citizens fighting for Russia. So we have Asians fighting in Europe, and it's been a while since the last time we had them.
It seems to me that, well, it seems clear to me for a couple of years now that we are already in a third world war. And that's even more clear when you've got North Korea, you've got Iran also
Yes.
sending weaponry to for Russia, all that kind of stuff.
Seems like it.
And Ukraine, for me, is just the start of a wider conflict. What's your view?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot speculate. At the end of the day, I'm an ambassador. I represent the government. I see and look at the situation at the moment. What I've seen.
Okay, you wait a second. Yeah, how I feel is I feel like everything's in place for something really big to happen. Because, like, the US is going to be really busy with Iran. And to protect Israel also, because they're going to be shooting at Israel. And Iran is going to be taking a lot of weaponry coming in, a lot of fire coming in. And a lot of places are going to get destroyed in Iran. And then the start of more aggressive war between Ukraine and Russia, where you have like the North Koreans doing a lot, and you have like the Chinese like funneling in like food and like stuff, like weapons and a lot of things they're sending to the front line for the Russians. You know, they're playing a role, but this is a world war. This is what it's supposed to be. And the fact that the media is too up like Donald Trump's ass, that they can't get off of him, they can't get off of his dick, and they need to like it's just they're not focused. You know, there's a lot of things that is going to be happening. A lot of things. I see it. Like, this world is like, it's prime. It's like we're here to be witnesses. I keep telling you this. I've been saying it for so long. I'm tired of saying it. I'm like, we're here as witnesses. We're here. All of us are here in a special time in life. Like you know, those people here when Jesus was here. You know what I mean? There was people that knew Jesus, that was friends with him. They're like, yo, what's up, dude? Yo, Jehovah, what's up, man? What's going on? Yeah. They chilled with him. They said what's up to him. Like like Jesus had friends. My goodness, not a shocker. Um but it's like now it's like the energy is building, you know? And something big happens because they said they don't want Iran to have this weapon, right? The atomic weapon. They don't want them to have it. And there's a possibility that they do have it. Me, if you was to ask me if they have it, they have something. They have something. And it's hidden, you know? It's gonna take a lot of weaponry to penetrate. Because you gotta understand, Iran got mountains. You know, the U.S. have strong weapons. They do have like the bunker busters that could penetrate and so forth. But like with Iran, if it's gonna get that serious, they would shoot what they have to Israel. So if an atomic weapon goes up and it deploys a lot of like the fragments of it, and it breaks off, and then you got, hold on, let me make it so bigger. You get the fragments that breaks off of it. You got the warheads that go everywhere. And you got this missile coming from Iran with these warheads, and they're able to like I'm zooming in, but they're able to penetrate. And yeah, it's a wild thing. It's I don't think Ukraine is ready for something like that. I mean, that will put the end to. I mean, it will start another battle, like a war battle, because it's going to be like, damn, Ukraine got fucked up, And so I think that's what Ukraine is going for, is the sympathy card. They're using the sympathy card, and that's what people are going to feed off of, that energy, sympathy. And I think the US need to stand their ground and be like, let me see where this is going. Because this war between Russia and Ukraine has been going on for a long time, before our times, okay? Before we were born, before the leaders who's running this country and Russia and all that, it was before them too. This has been going on for a very long time with Russia, okay? So, what you believe is yours. You go back and you fight for it, right? That's the greed. So they can't part ways with what they lost. They want to get it back because they want it as theirs. And that's like Ukraine. Ukraine technically was part of Russia. So that's why the Europeans are really very hesitant to help Ukraine, because they used to be part of Russia, and it's like Russia's trying to claim back, and they're resisting, Train again. What time is it? 10 o'clock. I think I'm gonna leave soon. Give like 5 more minutes. I'll be out of here. But this world is gonna come to. There's a lot of things like we're witnessing. Like, you might as well start writing. If you write so much now, if you write, do a diary and write everything that you experience, like everything you experienced in your day and everything that you saw and what influenced you and so forth and how you feel. You write that out. That's like a Bible in the future. That's a Bible in the future, because you're telling like what's happening now to those in the future, like the future of us, like the future. They're gonna find that and document, and they're gonna be like, wow, look at what this person wrote, and look how they felt, and what happened in that history that made that person feel that certain way. Like, we all can leave a little information, and the future will find it. But for me, I document that on YouTube, so I know even the aliens could come and watch. Even the aliens could come and watch. It's like, listen, man, it's good entertainment. Go back and watch. Go back and listen to yourself. Long time ago, years ago. You can always go back and reminisce. I remember Josie. Oh my goodness, that was funny. We had funny times. It was fun times. You know who I miss? I miss Edwin. I really do. I miss Edwin. I miss Maggie. I miss everybody. But it's like Edwin is the one I really miss. I do. It's just something about him, his energy. He had good energy. It's just he used to do stupid shit. That ADD shit with him was fucking like he must have been suffering from ADD. But I hope he's in a safe place, and I hope he gets better. I feel like he's in jail. That's what I feel. You know, but I hope he's in a safe place. So just gotta do the time. So wild. Yeah, knock on wood. I never saw the inside of jail. Knock on wood. But no, never dealt with that. I never got in trouble with the law. Nope. Never got in trouble. I got like speeding tickets a couple of times. It wasn't my fault. One of the times I was fighting with my mother. Like, not really fighting, but arguing with her because she was just like hard headed. I was like, lady, like, chill the fuck out. Yeah, my mom's a little bipolar. So a little bit, not so much, but she can be at times. And growing up with that type of mother was very hard. Yeah, but she was fun and loving. They got it wrong. She was fun and loving, but she has her bipolar, especially with coffee. And there's no coffee, there's no sugar, there's no milk. The house turns into like a hurricane scene. She'd be pissed. Like, she has to have her coffee. I'm like, well, then why you didn't say something the night before? If you knew you were going low, why you didn't say something the day before? So, like, I don't drink coffee, so that's why, like, my mother, I'm like, it didn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It's like, we have to hear all this shit, but I have nothing to do with it. I don't drink no coffee. I don't even drink the milk. And if you're out, you should have said something 2 days ago when you were running low to pick up, milk and coffee so that way you wouldn't run out. That's on you if you run out. That's your problem, not mine. Yeah. Not my problem. But it is what it is. But I hope that the trial with the Biden, I hope that gets through, and I hope it goes fast so he can witness everything before he dies. They can't send him to jail. They can't really touch him like that. He's not gonna see time or anything like that. But they could shame so much that he's gonna see it, and they're gonna shame the family. And until his dying days, they gotta shame the family. And even after he dies, they're still gonna shame the family because they were contributing to other abuse. Allegedly, right? I was just imagining fucking Hunter Biden sitting at the White House. Like, sitting inside the Oval Office on the resolution desk. Are you kidding me? And using the auto pen to sign for Joe? That's why people couldn't find Joe. Joe was always hidden. Joe was always gone. Joe was never there. He was sleeping a lot of the time. Joe did not sign over 8,000 documents. I'm sorry. Now ask him, which of those 8,000, do you remember any of those 8,000 that you signed? Just ask him that question. That's an easy one. Do you remember the 80,000 signatures, the auto pen signatures you used? If that's a yes, that's crazy. To remember every single reason for the auto pen, I don't think so. He ain't gonna get that. He gonna be like, I remember I'm getting old. This old fella, I'm starting not to remember. The cancer's getting into me, and I'm not remembering. We have all the evidence. We have the evidence. It's like, here's the evidence. It's like, no. I didn't say that. It's like, but we have you on video saying it. Here, look, listen. I did it. I did it. I had it in the back of the car. And yeah, Hunter was around, but he's a good kid. You know, I love that. I love my son. You know, I trust him with my papers and everything. But what I was talking about, ice cream, vanilla, eggs. Like, no, we were talking about the papers. Oh, we wasn't talking about ice cream? No. We were talking about the papers by the Corvette. Oh, that Corvette. You know, when I got that Corvette, I was with Obama. And I picked it out. I liked it. Okay. So are you gonna answer about the box? What box you talking about? Oh fuck, we're fucked. We're fucked. Oh no. Damn, Rick did a sketch. He did a sketch. It was pretty good. Like, what are you talking about? What box? Oh man. And then when those videos come out, the tapes and information on the Bidens and the transactions that were done, and it all has to do with Ukraine. Ukraine played a big role in it, especially with a company called allegedly Burisma Electric Company. It's like more of a bribe than anything. And yeah, what a scandal, man. That man, he knows what he did. He needs to shut the fuck up and just die in peace, you know what I mean? It's like he's tarnished. He's the worst president ever. His whole team sucked. Like, it was just one of the worst. I can't believe I experienced the worst president of my lifetime. Like, I can't, that's history. I survived 4 years of fucking Biden. And, like, I should fucking be honored. I should be given a fucking Medal of Honor for surviving Biden. and Kamala. Oh Lord. It's like, man, you survived them, man. How the hell the future's gonna be talking about them too. And everything that's happening right now, people in the future is gonna be talking about it because it's gonna be so highlighted. Because you have the first term, then you have the first term Biden, and that was a complete car wreck, and then end up with the false vice president, Kamala Harris, not even being chosen by, like, not even, she wasn't even chosen by the fucking people. The people didn't even vote for her. The people didn't put, like, nothing. Like, it was just, I don't understand. She didn't go to no convention. She didn't get nominated. Nothing, nothing, nothing. She didn't go through no debates. Nothing. She was given the golden ticket. You're like, I got a golden ticket. I'm like, bitch. That bitch got the gold ticket. You know that girl, she can't, she's stupid. You know that. But she got the gold ticket. Only thing good for that girl is she said, they said she can get a good head. I don't know, maybe they do. Maybe she does. Maybe she goes. I don't know. But congratulations with your golden ticket, Kamala. And then they put you all the way up to the front to face Trump. And I bet you right now, she was intimidated as fuck. She was so intimidated. Yeah, because Trump is like a lion. You know what I mean? He's like, he's calm, he's cool, but when he's ready, he'll eat you at any time. And he's gonna eat you on his time, bitch. Oh man, Trump. Trump's a beast, man. Man, he has his fair share of secrets too. Don't get it twisted. I could read him too. I could read all these people. Got a lot of stuff in their history. But that Macron slap. I still have that image paste in my mind with Bridget with the double hand slap to the face. Hiya! He turned around, his neck went like 90 degrees and looked outside the door, and he was fucking shocked. He was like, he just disappeared behind the thing. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? I'm not high enough for this shit. Are you serious? This third eye mask is helping me see everything so much, man. Like, I want the whole world to see it. That's why I have it like open for everybody. So everything that's happening for a reason. And I'm saying, fuck it, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna blame it on the third eye mask here. And thank you for being with me because you helped me see everything, and now everyone is seeing it, and it's exposing everybody. It's pretty cool. Made it to the right person, but we're witnessing like history, and that's so freaking cool. History is always going to be etched in history. People are always going to go back and study this, and the big case too. The Letitia James, that's going to be a big case. I think Fannie Willis is going to be. I think they're going to kick her ass out. I don't know, something about her. Like, her shit don't stink. She's like too good, but they're not giving her the attention. They're not giving her attention. They're gonna have to kick her ass out. We're gonna be like, bye. And then also Brandon Johnson from Chicago. That's another loser. That dude was so stupid. He was so stupid on fucking Memorial Day, out of all days, right? He was like, Happy Africa Day. I didn't even know Africa had a fucking day. I'm sorry. I didn't know they had a day, and then I didn't know it was on fucking Memorial Day. I'm like, he didn't even say Happy Memorial Day. All he was like, oh, my African friends and family, and Africa, it's Happy Africa Day. Bitch, last time I checked, we're in America. I don't know about you, but it's fucking America. It's not fucking no happy days. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? You're in fucking Chicago. How the fuck you're like? Are you confusing with Africa? Are you kidding me? If you go to Africa and you said that over there, I think they laugh at you. It's like we fucking Africa. It's every day, man. You look around. We're fucking Africa every fucking day. Why would we need a day for? Fucking Democrats are so stupid. So stupid. I'm telling you, they need to get off whatever they're on. That curse, that hypnotist, whoever hypnotized them. Maybe they were watching too much PBS, because I didn't watch that much PBS. But I think they watched a little bit too much PBS when they were growing up, and they got brainwashed. I think all the kids that watch PBS raise their hand. If they raise their hand, they're fucking brainwashed. I'm telling you, because they used to do that MK Ultra shit. They used to do that Montauk shit. You know, they use the television to hypnotize people. It's a tool of hypnotism. Like it's a portal. Hello, when you turn off your TV, what color it turns? Black. It's a black fucking mirror because you can see yourself through it. You see yourself when you turn it off. You can see yourself. It's a mirror. It's a black mirror. There's a projected program. It projects and programs. And people are cursed. People are hypnotized. Yes, they are. You know, I was saying today, it's like, man, if I had the money, I would buy the church that's next to me. That's not too far from me. It's about a mile away. I would buy that church and I'll hire a priest. And then we will specify an exorcism. we will specify an exorcism. Like, I'll have a good priest and have a good little team here and run the church and yeah, and not really have to worry about the money. Just if I was to run into money, win the lottery or something, and buy the church and be able to afford to a priest's salary to run the church, yeah, I'll have a church and then I'll have them do exorcisms. Because I feel like there's a lot of people that have bad spirits inside of them that needs to be exorcised. I feel like I got a good spirit inside of me. So I'm not like in the beginning I thought it was bad, but it turned out pretty chill. So but there's a lot of people that have bad energy inside of them and they need to be exercised with like good energy. You know? They need to confess the negative and intake the positive. Yep. And then at the end, like when they go in by the church, you know how they get the daily bread, but I don't know, we give them a croissant or something, right? And then when they pass by, I get like this thing, like a sock with rice in it, and I hit them in the head, and it was like, homie, don't play that. And then every single kid that passed by, homie, don't play that, and just hit them in the head. And we beat the devil out of them. We beat the demons out of them. We beat the negativity out of them. Just like Rick, man, that's a torture. It's like, yeah, I know. You're sadistic. I was like, I just think it's like, if you're gonna exercise them, you're gonna have to exercise them really good. It's gonna be like a bag of holy water. It's like, you know, splash them with a whole bag of holy water. Like I'll get like a freaking like a big ass bag and be like, okay, man, get ready to be exercise. It's like, all right, I'll make all crazy shit. It's like, all right, go do your thing. Open this bag, blood on his head. Set him free. Yeah. Man, I've been watching too much Exorcist movies. Like, you be watching too much Exorcist movies. It's like, not really. I like watching them. I watch them from time to time, but I don't watch them all the time. I like the original. I'm really down for the original. I really love the original. But that energy is here. It's here. It's everywhere. You know, and there are people that are possessed. There's a lot of people that are possessed. Yeah, I know. I hear the energy too. Very strong tones. And it's like right above me. And I can just like hear it in my ears. It's like really strong frequencies. I wonder what they're doing. I know Connecticut had a sighting. I think it was last week. UFO sighting. You could look it up if you get a chance. Go over to YouTube and go in the search and search Connecticut UFO or UFO in Connecticut. And they're going to come out with a story that's about almost an hour long, like 45 minutes long. And it's a report of the lights that were found in Connecticut and how the police officer, he was on duty and the lights like lit up his car like super bright. And he was like, what the hell's going on here? And he made a report about it and stuff. And they talk about it. Yeah, we've been having strange sightings here in Connecticut. I wonder why. Is it a place that it's a target in case if a world breakout, let's say intercontinental ballistic missiles are launched and Russia decides to attack the U.S. With intercontinental ballistic missiles? It can penetrate the U.S. That's why if Russia does that, they will be successful. They will be successful in bombing the U.S. interior and East Coast and West Coast. They could get through, and the U.S. could get through on their side too with their weapons. That's why Trump wants to develop the golden shield. Like he wants the golden shield. He wants a golden shield where it protects from weapons being shot into the United States. I know that's why Trump is saying this and is trying to put this plan like on rush to get it done quick because he has a feeling that they're going to shoot into the United States. And if World War III breaks out and Russia just has no choice but to shoot at U.S. interior, there's no protection. And I think Trump is wanting to put this on now so that way in the future wars, the U.S. is protected from these type of weapons. So, yeah, I'm going to get to bed. I'm tired. I hope everyone has a good day, good morning, and a good night. And I'll do this again tomorrow. Share the energy, share your thoughts, leave a comment, and leave a like and all that stuff, and join the channel. Hopefully we get to 500 this year. We'll see. And with that said, have a good night, everyone, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.